does that? Not to mention, when you look at the pictures of the scene at her house on the day of her death, why is Chris Gamble there? I find
Diddy a 14-karat gold casket. That seems kind of strange right there. What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Hey, Shakur exposed Diddy, Tupac, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and Hollywood hidden truths. Queen. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. This is coming from Too Strong channel, man. Hey, let's see what this bad boy is about. It is premiering as we speak, and the chat is going crazy already. So let's check it out, man. Here we go.
Oh yes, I absolutely think so.
Zip a check for $1 million.
Here we go, y'all, right here. Here we go.
Diddy paid $1 million to a guy named Zip to have Tupac taken out.
Eric Von Zip a check for $1 million to give the Keefy to kill Tupac.
Do you think that Diddy is responsible for the death of 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and if so, why?
Oh yes, I absolutely think so, and here's why. Diddy ordered a 14 gold casket for her like a month in advance. Who does that? Not to mention, when you look at the pictures of the scene at her house on the day of her death, why is Chris Gamble there? I find
Diddy a 14-karat gold casket. That seems kind of strange right there. That does seem kind of strange. That's wild. Maybe he thought nobody would look that deep into it. Man.
That's very interesting. He was good friends with 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 and Diddy. There's pictures of them together. All these people are connected.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to Too Strong, where Too Strong is always better than one. We really appreciate your time.
Better than one.
And we would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. You hear me? Subscribe. Just give us that. Give us that. Today we got Miss Queen 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦. I said it right, and I know I did. I know I was gonna get it right. And she has quite a bit of information. So what we're gonna do is break down this whole.
We live also.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to why he doing what he doing, how he got to become what he doing. We got his. We're gonna talk about 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦's autopsy. We're gonna talk about him and J-Lo practicing voodoo, and a whole range of other things. People that's died around the man, and it's so crazy because Queen 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 got like some real good information. She's extremely well versed on this. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe on her channel too, and we'll put her link in the description so you can make sure you guys can find her. She is amazing. How you doing, Queen 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. So do us a favor before we get started and give us a little information about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Queen 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, and I have a PhD in public administration, and I do motivational speaking and things like that. And I've been on YouTube for about 4 years now. I started out on another platform and just made my own. And I talk about a lot of spiritual things. I like to give a lot of knowledge and information. And right now I'm going in on Diddy, okay, mainly because I think he had something to do with the demise of Tupac, whom I knew in real life. So that's the thing. That's why I've been getting all this information on Diddy and just putting it out there.
Okay. Now let me ask you, when you say Tupac, I know your last name is Shakur. Are you related to Tupac?
We have some family ties, not blood related, but.
Okay. I know people say, well, wait a minute, is she related? Because I was thinking the same thing at the first time we talked. I said, man, I didn't ask her that. So now here it is. Okay,
the truth
so cool.
Should set you free.
What is the information that you have that connects Diddy to the Tupac murder?
Well, for one, it's the fact that what's the guy's name? Dwayne Keefy Davis. Now, before he got arrested, he had been doing all of this talking, and he was running his mouth so much because he had taken a proffer agreement, right? And he sat down and talked with Detective Greg Kading and basically told him, they told him that anything he said in the interview would not be used against him. Okay. So he sat down and talked with them and basically told them that Diddy paid $1 million to a guy named Zip to have Tupac taken out. But Zip supposedly ran off with the money. Okay. Then he also said that he was in the car with his nephew Orlando, who supposedly was the one who shot Tupac. Okay, and this is the same guy that got into it with Tupac in the casino that night.
So Orlando shot him across Dre. He leaned over on the window, rolled out the window, popped.
Then after he after he left the interview, he started going on different platforms, doing interviews and saying these same things, and also even did a book about it. Now, what he didn't realize was just because they told him that he wasn't going to have, or nothing in the interview with them was going to be used against him, he thought that meant that he can keep talking about this stuff elsewhere and it won't be used against him. But that wasn't the case. And that's why he's sitting in jail right now. And now he's trying to say that, none of that stuff is true. Basically, he's denying the things that he previously said.
Oh, wow. But I bet you the evidence is lining up that he was telling the truth. That's why he's still sitting up in there. That's what he gets.
Right. And I also think that Diddy has something to...
I kept saying, I don't mean to keep stopping it, but I kept saying this dude, he can't be a smart street dude, because he out saying he was trying to get money. When you go on these podcasts, man, and they do these interviews, he's trying to get money. But you're a street dude, man. Stay out the broadcast system. You see what it got you. I don't understand that, man. I really don't understand how you can not get paid for doing a hit and then you end up in jail for the hit, but you ain't get paid. Oh my God.
Do with Biggie's death as well.
But I bet you the evidence is lining up that he was telling the truth. That's why he's still sitting up in there. That's what he gets.
Right. And I also think that Diddy has something to do with Biggie's death as well, specifically from some of the things that his former bodyguards have said, and also the fact that there were stickers on the rims of the car that Biggie was riding in. It's like they wanted to make sure that the person knew which vehicle he was in. And then also from some information from there was a guy, he's dead now. I think his name was Chuck Phillips. He was an investigative journalist. Okay. He had information on Diddy and Tupac's deaths. And also he had published something in the LA Times that was supposedly from somebody in prison sent him the information. And then come to find out, they tried to say that it was fake. Okay. They tried to say that it was not real information, but he said that it was, because he actually had a former FBI agent look over the information before he even published it. So I think Diddy was behind that, because, it has been long speculated that Diddy had information, or that Diddy had ties to the FBI, that he was working as a confidential informant. And I actually found some documentation about that, that he allegedly was working in 1995. I don't know how long, but with a guy by the name of Mark Parody, who's now retired. He's like 74 years old now.
So he gave you the information that Diddy was working with the feds?
No, I found the information.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I found the paperwork, and it had the guy's name on there, and it had Diddy's name on there, and this was dated in 1995.
Okay, wow. So when you say bodyguard, are you referring to Gene Deal?
Yes, I believe it was Gene Deal that said that.
Yeah, well, I watched a video that he did, really good. I was on the highway just riding and listening to it. And it was very interesting. He was saying stuff that, to me, this is just my opinion, he was saying things that he was like, yeah, pretty much, yeah, but he not saying it, but he like saying it if you put your own piece to the puzzle. I didn't know.
Spin on it.
Have he ever like directly said it? You know what I'm saying, that you know of?
Not that I know of. He alluded to it. Basically, he did say that on the night that Biggie was killed, Gene says that he told Diddy that he didn't think they should go or something like that, or somebody was going to get hurt. And then he said Diddy told him that if he didn't want to go, then he didn't have to come. Right.
Now, Diddy, I know you spoke to me off camera about Diddy and J-Lo being involved in some voodoo stuff. Can you run us through that real quick?
Yes. Okay, so J-Lo's first husband, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, I think that's his name, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 something. But anyway, he said that she was doing Santeria, and that she had sacrificed chickens and hens and drenched herself in the blood, and then did some kind of bathing ritual and all of that. And he said blood? Also she did it against her enemies. Okay, and to get somebody said she did it to get a part in a movie or something like that. But yeah, that's been out there.
Selena, that's what they talking about, that Selena movie. That, rest in peace to Selena. And we did a piece on that with the Selena movie and all that good stuff. Oh my God, man, this is some wild stuff right here.
She did it against her enemies. Okay, and to get somebody said she did it to get a part in a movie or something like that. But yeah, that's been out there. And then also Diddy has the Voodoo the voodoo spirit on his back. He has a tattoo on his back of 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓. Okay, now 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓 is like a loa, a Haitian loa, and basically Diddy's got it tattooed on his back. It looks like the Trinity. Okay, and now an insider told me, and I did some research afterwards, but they said that Diddy was doing some sort of rituals where he was conjuring up the spirit of 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, who is supposed to be 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓's sister. And 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 protects men who like men. And then also this, the information that I found said that this, you can conjure this spirit and become possessed by it. And it can be during a ritual, it can enter a man or a woman.
So I guess it didn't work out for him because it's not protecting very well right now. Unless he
That's what I
said. Nah, it's protecting him. It ain't protecting his surroundings. It's protecting him because he's protected in jail. He's protected, right? I'm trying to use the words they use. He's protected, but he's in jail. He's in jail getting people to make up his bed. I ain't making up no man's bed. Hey, Freddie D, I gotta stand on with you on that one. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how low I gotta get. I cannot clean up after another human being, man. I'm sorry. I mean, I will if I have to, if that's my job. You know what I'm saying? Sweeping the floors, taking out the trash, washing the toilets. You know, if that's my job I gotta do, then that's what I gotta do. But I'm not gonna make your bed, bruh. You ain't making my bed. If I'm making your bed, what that mean to me? I don't understand that, man.
A ritual, it can enter a man or a woman.
Okay.
So I guess it didn't work out for him because it's not protecting very well right now. Unless he
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Too strong.
And then also doing some rituals to the Roman god Bacchus and all of this stuff. Diddy's just nefarious.
So you know about all these tattoos and all those symbols that sound like a lot of stuff like Marlon be like, look, you know, that mean this and that. I'm like, look, I don't know nothing about all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are those the only demonic tattoos he got, or is there more? I heard he has some more on him.
Now, that's the only one that I know of. I know he has a tattoo on his chest. I want to say it's a skull with like a bandana or something like that.
Do you think that he would get a bond?
It's looking like he's going to get one because I believe that the prosecution has made a bunch of missteps, and now I'm questioning them because first of all, here's some of the things they've been doing. They've been leaking information allegedly, okay, to the media, because if you remember back when Diddy's residences were first raided, okay, there was an article, and I want to say it was from CNN or the New York Post, but there was an article that said that one of the agents spoke anonymously to them and said that when they raided Diddy's residences, they didn't even know whose homes they were going to until after the fact. And this is because they didn't want anyone to tip Diddy off. Okay, but it sounds like Diddy was tipped off because he was already at the 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗓𝗓 airport sitting on a plane.
Do you think that Diddy is responsible for the death of Kim Porter, and if so, why?
I don't think. Hold up. I don't think Diddy knew that his house was going to be raided. I really don't think that. I don't think Diddy would have left his kids at the house knowing that it was going to get raided. That's the only leg I have to stand on. With all the money and all the stuff you have, you go to auntie house. I don't know if it's auntie or that's your grandma house, or that's your great auntie. Oh my God, man, this is so confusing. But I couldn't have my house raided and leave my kids behind and let them suffer this drama. Nah, I don't think that happened.
Because he was already at the 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗓𝗓 airport sitting on a plane.
Do you think that Diddy is responsible for the death of Kim Porter, and if so, why?
Oh yes, I absolutely think so, and here's why. Because first and foremost, according to her former stylist, Diddy ordered a 14 gold casket for her like a month in advance. Who does that? Not to mention, when you look at the pictures of the scene at her house on the day of her death, why is Chris Gamble there? I find that very interesting. And Kanye already told us that Chris Gamble is CIA. Okay, I think he's a handler.
Corey is a plant. Corey was, Puff Daddy Nanny, Manny. You know what I'm saying? Then he was with Justin Bieber.
And, he was good friends with Kim Porter and Diddy. There's pictures of them together.
Now, who was that? Who was the Chris guy?
That is Kris Jenner's boyfriend.
Whoa.
Yes. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole because Diddy has ties to them too, because there's a woman by the name of Lou Taylor who is Diddy's manager, I believe, but she also manages Kim Kardashian. And she's also the lady who has the conservatorship, or she was in charge of the conservatorship over Britney Spears.
Oh, my goodness.
Whom people have alleged that her and Kim Kardashian took money from Britney, about $600,000. Now that's all alleged.
Right.
But all this stuff, all these people are connected, and I just find it real interesting. So with that all being said, Chris Gamble is Kim Kardashian or Kris Jenner's boyfriend.
So who was the attorney? Was it the attorney or somebody who had ended up buying a bunch of land near the border or what?
That was Diddy's former chief of security, 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦. He bought 198 acres of land on the southern border. Okay, now he was featured in a news report about it because he said that 40 of those acres he was going to give to his 13-year-old son. So they thought that was interesting. So they had him on the news and everything. And he also does real estate.
40 acres of land in San Diego County. That's what one dad gave his son for his 13th birthday.
He posted about it on social media, and their story went viral. Rapper Sean Combs even posted about it.
A bunch of boulders and a few trees. But when 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦 came out here, all he saw was potential.
We see clear space that we uninterruptedly we can enjoy nature. You know what I mean? Especially growing up in a city, a congested city like LA.
Now, so it all made sense until I saw the land. I'm like, that land is barren. Okay. It looks, it's like very mountainous terrain and it doesn't look like anything that anyone with sense would want to live on. And also, I spoke to a border agent that I went to college with, and I was asking him, I said, could you tell me why somebody would buy this type of land out there, by the southern border? Because it's a whole bunch of crime, trafficking, cartels and all this stuff. And so he basically said that the only people that he could think of that would buy that type of land would be either criminals who are trying to do something criminal out there or people who already live out there just trying to acquire more land. But definitely somebody, just coming out there buying that sounded strange.
I wonder what's the background on a security guard, because that's a lot of land to be purchasing.
Well, it is. And now he was also the former chief of security for Michael Jackson, which I found it interesting because he went to college for business. And I'm like, how does he go from going to college for business to becoming, a chief of security for celebrities? And then he was supposedly in the room with Michael Jackson when he passed. He actually testified at the trial of Michael Jackson's former doctor.
What?
What's his name? Conrad Murphy, I believe.
Yeah, I think it is. I think so.
So he testified.
See, one of the things I like about Too Strong, man, is he get the paperwork. He goes and get because this is public records, even though I keep saying I'm going to try to go look my daggone self. He go get public records of the case, the real documents, and he read over them. He said, I'm going to send you the documents. I'm going to send you the document. He haven't sent me the document yet, but I'm glad he didn't. That's my excuse for not reading them. But I trust the brother, man. Sometimes you gotta lock into trusting the right people.
Right there, former doctor. What's his name? Conrad Murphy, I believe.
Murphy. Yeah, I think it is. I think so.
So he testified there.
See how he writing down
Mr.
stuff
Muhammad,
and everything?
I want to take your attention back to June of 2009. At that time, where did you work?
For Michael Jackson, sir.
Okay. What did you see when you first came in?
When I came into the room, I saw Alberto standing up, kind of pacing.
And this is also the person that was mentioned in Rodney Jones, a.k.a. Lil Rod. He was mentioned in his lawsuit filings as being the person that Diddy referred them to, saying that if you ever have a problem or whatever, you can call him because he can get rid of anyone or anything.
I don't know. That's kind of fishy. I would give my input on it, but I don't know enough about it to just be speaking on it. But I got some stuff in my head. I'm gonna leave it there until I find out more information. I want to go back to let's go back to Kim Porter a little bit. and talk about the discrepancies that she had in her autopsy.
Okay. Yeah. So I actually acquired the full autopsy report. And what was interesting to me is that on the diagram of her body, it said that she had contusions and abrasions. Okay. But they're saying that she died from lobar pneumonia. And, but also in the report, it said that she had been tested for flu and pneumonia and it came back negative. Then also it said something about her being on an IV. I think she was on an IV or something like that. But and then also she had reached out to her doctor, according to the report, and was told to come in within a week. And I was like, I would have thought that they would have wanted her to come in right away, you know. And then another thing is there was supposedly blood on her pillow when she was found, and also a small trail of blood leading to the bathroom. And then remember, Dr. Ed Winter, when he was initially doing the autopsy report before they took him off the case for whatever reason, he was saying that there was more testing that needed to be done because it was problematic. And he felt like there were some toxins in her blood.
So this is what he said first, and then he was going to attempt to try to change it up, and then end up dead.
Well, they took him off the case. And then 2 weeks later, another coroner comes out, or a medical examiner comes out, saying that it was lobar pneumonia.
Well, it's funny because I don't know if he got tired of doing these, but you know, I got a list of celebrities, and I'm going to read them to you, and then you can tell me what you know about them. I guess I can go through all of them, and then we can go back and do one at a time in order so we don't miss none. So these are all people that Ed Winter, when they passed, Ed Winter was the coroner, right? So we got in 2009, and it started in 2009 with Michael Jackson. And then we go to 2000, and another one in 2009 is Brittany Murphy. Then we got in 2010 we got Simon Monjack. Is that his name? Monjack, however it's said.
I don't know who that is.
And then we got Corey Haim. In 2010 we got 2011 Heavy D. 2012 Whitney Houston. 2013 Paul Walker. 2017 Tom Petty. 2018 Kim Porter. And in 2020 we got Andre Harrell. Now all these were done by coroner Ed Winter, and that is odd. Now I want to, before you tell me about the connections that you see from this, it's very interesting to know that, let me see, pneumonia Brittany Murphy, pneumonia Simon, pneumonia Corey Haim, and then you got heart failure, another pneumonia Kim Porter. You know what I'm saying? Accidental drug overdose. It's like they all kind of connected. And there's of course, there's certain poisons. I want to say it. I'm not saying nobody did that.
Also, I have found out it's two people that was tied with Bad Boy Records that I personally know from this area that died, and I never knew why they how they died. But now they coming back and telling me that, yeah, Chucky Thompson allegedly died of pneumonia. Chucky Thompson is right in my area, and I knew him and everything. And there was another person that I can't say their name. I don't really know the other person like that, but they passed away of pneumonia. Pimp C, rest in peace, pass away in a strange way. So all these passings in a strange way is what's the bodyguard? The bodyguard of Jay-Z and Beyonce, everybody thought it was a puffy bodyguard. He may have done some bodyguarding. Uncle Ron has mysteriously died of pneumonia, and he just got on YouTube and stuff. So wow.
You know what I'm saying? Accidental drug overdose. It's like they all kind of connected. And there's of course, there's certain poisons. I want to say it. I'm not saying nobody did that. Allegedly, there's certain poisons that can be used that gives those same effects, ammonia and heart attacks. And I don't want to say because I don't want to get no issues with the thing. Now, two of these people, which one of them? Two of them was married, right? And that was that Simon and was it Simon and Brittany?
Simon and Brittany?
No, wait, who was married on there? Two of those people was married.
Oh, you know what? Brittany Murphy was married, and then her husband did die also.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, her
that might be Simon then. That must be Simon.
Yeah.
And so they died. That's kind of kind of close, and all of these people has allegedly some ties to Diddy. Would you think that it would be anywhere close to being true that he may have had something to do with it based on the things that you know? Because you seem to know a lot of the inside scoop with the Diddy stuff and all that.
I think he absolutely had something to do with Porter. Now, I do believe that I saw something the other day that said Diddy had some ties to Brittany Murphy as well. I'm checking on that right now because I remember seeing something about that just the other day.
Too many
I just
names
stumbled
for me.
upon it.
He had ties with all of them. We were able to go through and confirm that, but it's like I just don't know if there's like other things that really connect them or that's interesting or that stick out about, like, for instance, like the Kim Porter thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With her autopsy and all this different stuff. Now, I didn't know that another coroner came in and changed the autopsy report on Kim Porter's. I didn't know that.
I just got it. It literally just came to me. Brittany Murphy, how Diddy would be connected to her is through Ashton Kutcher.
There we go.
Because Diddy was good friends with Ashton Kutcher before all of this stuff started with him, with all these accusations, right?
Right.
He had been friends with Ashton Kutcher since about 2005 when they both were on MTV or something like that. They're really good friends. Ashton's been at some of those parties. I'm not saying the freak offs, but he's been at some of Diddy's parties. I have footage of that.
Ashton was on the swing. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Don't do that at home. Try again. Try one more time, Ashton.
And Brittany Murphy is Ashton's ex.
How far would you think that the celebrity list go? Like, and I'm not talking about the easy ones like LeBron, unless you you think LeBron was there?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So why do you think LeBron was involved so heavy?
Because back during the pandemic, when Diddy was having those parties on his Instagram Live, where he was inviting people to join and they were dancing and playing music, LeBron was one of the people, and he said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party. So
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
And then, not to mention, we saw LeBron with that French maid's outfit on that I find to be all nefarious. What was that even all about?
Oh man, that's Photoshop. Is that really him? Yeah. Y'all let me know in the comments.
And then, not to mention, we saw LeBron with that.
Is that a joke or is that AI or Photoshop? Look like somebody put his head. That's somebody else and put his face on there. I don't know. I don't think that's a real picture. Y'all let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Is that a real picture right there? Or you think it's more Photoshop?
That French maid's outfit on that I find to be all nefarious. What was that even all about? I had several questions. And so, yes, I think he was absolutely there. And here's the thing. Now, some of these people that are on footage as being there, they would say when asked, "Oh, I left early. I wasn't there, for the after party or when the freak off started," right?
Mm-hmm. Marlon, you been to the Hollywood parties. What's going on at these Hollywood parties? I left early.
But in my opinion, even if you were there,
I like the way they put that clip in there. Marlon, you was at the parties. Wasn't you at the parties? I left early. Everybody keeps saying that. Ali Carter keeps saying that too.
And you claim to have left the party or when the freak off started, right?
Mm-hmm. Marlon, you been to the Hollywood parties. What's going on at these Hollywood parties? I left early.
But in my opinion, even if you were there and you claim to have left early, you may have known what was going on, because at the end of the
you knew what was going on. That's why you left early. You knew what was going on. You hear all the rumors and all this stuff. Oh, it's about to get freaky around here. Well, time for me to go. Because that's why you leave. Wait a minute, freaky? What's going on? I want to see this. I done heard everybody say that. Nope, I done seen it, and I don't want my name attached to it, so I'm leaving early. That's why they left early, because they know. They know. Come on, man.
I left early.
But in my opinion, even if you were there and you claim to have left early, you may have known what was going on, because at the end of the day, there is a lawsuit filed against Diddy by Jane Doe, who claims that she was 13 years old. Did you hear about that one?
Yes, I did. Yep.
She was 13 years old. And remember, she said that when she got away from there, she couldn't find her clothing. So she grabbed a t-shirt, I think, and she ran out of there. And there was people in there. There's people still partying and all of that.
Speaking of people that claim they left early, Denzel, then he turned around and said he kissed a man in the mouth. And I said man because I know good and doggone well, if you did it then, you done did it before, and you done did it multiple times. And then what else was he doing?
I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it. They cut it. I think they got chicken.
Okay, I have several questions, Denzel, please. Here's the thing. So let's talk about Denzel, because for one, I thought it was interesting that a few weeks ago, there was an article that came out and said that Denzel yelled at Diddy at one of the parties, said he told him, "You don't respect anybody." And then he left. And they said that he left, in the article it said he left at dawn. Okay, so if you're there till dawn, were you there for the freak offs? Because those are supposed to be, after midnight. Because there's also a video of Diddy coming out on his balcony during one of his white parties, telling everybody that the kids have to leave in about 15 minutes. My kids are already downstairs, he says. And if you don't want DFACS or Child Protective Services, you have to get the kids out of here. So the party clearly gets really started after midnight.
Kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids, because after that, y'all gotta go. It's a wrap for y'all, because this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to. Okay? So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. Then an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good.
Now, Denzel was supposedly there until dawn, according to the article.
You're reading into it too much, Queen. There's no time signatures on what Puffy said. He said y'all got 1 hour left. It could have been 1 o'clock in the morning then. Y'all got 1 hour left, because at 2 o'clock, even though he didn't say that, he didn't say any time. He just said, you all have an hour left. And this article is saying that Denzel left around dawn, had been partying until dawn. It's still, what is dawn? Is that a time signature? I don't see. That's the type of stuff that I look out for.
So, let's just start to get our groove on a little bit. Then an hour, we put the kids away. It's all good.
Now, Denzel was supposedly there until dawn, according to the article. With that all being said, let's not forget that Brandon T. Jackson says that Denzel warned him that if you go to the parties, leave 30 minutes before the devil shows up.
I leave 30 minutes before the devil get there. That's all I got to say.
Okay, there you go.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes before the devil get there. That's it.
Well, the question is, Denzel, if you left so early, how do you know what time the devil actually shows up?
He just said leave 30 minutes before the devil gets there. Nobody said what time. I'm thinking. I don't know.
Okay, so I have several questions. And then also, let's keep in mind that now all of a sudden, Denzel's coming out. This random article comes out saying he yelled at Diddy. Okay. Then Denzel comes out and says that he kissed the man in Gladiator 2, but they removed it. And he says, I think they were chicken. That's why they took it out. But if they took it out of the scene, why is he telling us about it?
Right, because he wanted everybody to know.
Clearly he did. That's what it sounded like.
I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it. They cut it. I think they got chicken.
And then now he's coming out saying that he was, injecting illegal substances into his veins, and then he was drinking alcohol, two bottles of wine a day. He clearly had an alcohol problem. He claims he wasn't strung out on the illegal substances, but at the end of the day, if you weren't strung out, then why were you injecting yourself with it? And he says, I was doing it because they were doing it. Saying I was shooting up because they were shooting up. Well, who is they?
Like, why are you even at the party in the first place if you know the devil on the way?
Right.
Or if you tell me, hey man, we'll have a party, but at 12 o'clock the devil coming.
Right, and you're gonna stay till dawn? You must be the devil too.
No, I think you're still missing me. I'm not gonna even be there at all.
Right, you're not even gonna show up. Exactly. That makes more sense.
Yeah, don't go. Man. We talked about the property, and the Roman who had the Roman god Bacchus. Who had that jumping off?
Right. So Diddy was supposedly, now I got this information from an insider, right? And they were saying that Diddy was doing these rituals to the Roman god Bacchus. Okay. And then he was being possessed, being possessed by some demon. Okay. So when I looked into it, the Roman god Bacchus was like, they had these parties back in the days of ancient Rome called Bacchanalias.
Mhm.
Now, these Bacchanalias started off being with just women, but then they started adding men into the mix. And they were having like festivals of orgies and all this stuff going on. And there was a whole lot of perversion. And then violence started being added to the mix. And then that's when Cicero, who was a very known orator back then, Cicero was like, no, we have to cancel this. So that was like in 187 AD, I believe. And then Cicero wanted them to stop having them all together. But what happened was, okay, they said they were going to stop having them, but they supposedly still were allowing the elites, the wealthy people, to have them. Okay. And another thing is that I found interesting was that these Roman soldiers, the generals were allowing them to have relations with men that they defeated in battle. That was like the spoils of war. Okay. That was like their reward or whatever.
Like, how do you think Diddy's mom tie into all this? Like even down to the freak off parties and all that, because I've been hearing different things about that.
Okay, well, here's one thing. I think that her and Diddy have a very strange, if not incestuous relationship, because I have a video of them kissing on the mouth, which I find strange. I don't kiss my sons on the mouth, and they're adults.
What's up, Ma?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
She's kissing him on the mouth. And then in one of the lawsuits, it was the one filed for Christian King Combs, when he was accused of abuse or sexual assault by Grace O'Mercade. Well, in that lawsuit filing, it said that they were on the yacht and they were playing a game called 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, Please, where people were daring each other to do things. And someone dared Diddy to drop his pants, okay, to expose himself. And they said he did, and his mother was sitting right beside him. So who does that?
And I've been also wondering too, like, what is what was the real beef between him and Tupac? Like, what really happened? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what it is. First off, Diddy was upset. He was just hating. First of all, he was jealous. Okay. Tupac started wearing Versace first and all of that. And then Diddy started wearing Versace, trying to copy Tupac's style. He started dating women that Tupac dated first, like Sarah Chapman. He actually has a child with her, his daughter Chance. Okay. He also dated Sally Richardson, whom Tupac dated first. And so it's like he was just, and also that's why he started rapping, okay? And that's why he started wanting to do movies. He was literally trying to mimic everything that Tupac was doing. He was just a whole hater.
Man, so you think he clearly just killed him over jealousy?
No, I think it was it was partially that, but I think the final straw was when Tupac did hit him up. Okay, now, I told you that I'm prophetic, that I have these dreams and visions and things like that. And sometimes I just intuitively know things, right? So on the day the song Hit 'Em Up came out, I literally said, because it came in my spirit, I said, they're going to kill him. And so I felt it. But then if you look at this interview that Diddy did, where he's on Big Boy's show, Big Boy's podcast, right? He's talking about it. He said that when that song would come on, they would literally turn over the turntables. They would make them cut it off. And if any of the DJs played it while he was there, they would turn over the turntables.
Tupac hit us with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold.
Claim to be a player, but I white. We bust on bad boys for life.
We would take your turntables. You played Hit 'Em Up.
It really bothered him. He also said that he told Biggie that we're not going to respond. Well, the reason he didn't want to respond is because what do you do to top that? You can't. He called him all the way out. And I think for Diddy, that was probably the last straw.
Yeah, Hit 'Em Up was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. But that East Coast, West Coast beef, when I first heard it and got into it, I kept saying, man, somebody gonna die over this. And not even talking about them killing each other. I was talking more about the fans. I said, dude, there's some street dudes out here. I want to say the N-word. There's some straight up street dudes out here that would kill you or hit because they want street credit. They say, we killed X. Because we ride for Biggie or we ride for Tupac. I kept saying somebody is going to die over this. I kept saying.
Well, I knew that too.
Well, the reason he didn't want to respond is because what do you do to top that? You can't. He called them all the way out. And I think for Diddy, that was probably the last straw.
Yeah, hit him up was crazy. You know, I knew that Tupac, well, I didn't know. I just assumed, I figured that Tupac and Biggie was going to end up dead because they were so disrespectful. Both of them talking about each other's, killing each other's kids. And, you know, I got a fofo to make sure your kids don't grow. And Biggie talking about he going to he got homies that F, you know.
I know he was saying a bunch of crazy stuff. Yes.
Yeah, like I can't even conjure up or figure out a way to say it without, you know, getting in some issues. But see that rap stuff is it's really bad, man, because you got to weigh and people. It's crazy because people always say, man, you know, people pay their bills. That's how some people eat. Man, this stuff is destroying millions of people, and not just the people that's directly, you know, into it, you know, like the celebrities and all that, but people on the outside because they got such a big, huge influence. And I know that Biggie and Tupac had a huge influence, you know what I'm saying? And it's a crazy thing. And now, like, it ain't crazy thing because I didn't even know who Nipsey Hussle was. I know this is a little bit off the topic, but I didn't even know who he was until he died. Like, I didn't even know nothing about him. So, but maybe that's because I'm not in that arena no more. I don't know. I was like, who the heck is Nipsey Hussle? You know what I'm saying? But
right.
He must have been a pretty big deal. And they saying that Jay-Z is connected to that one. Now, this is another guy that I did the interview with, and I can't wait to show it. But he made some really good points, and he really kind of knew what he was talking about. Is there anything else you can tell me about Diddy, Kim Porter, J-Lo, any of them that's connected in that circle?
In that lawsuit by Rodney Jones, he did say that J-Lo carried the gun in her purse. And I believe that because in Cassie's lawsuit, Cassie admitted that Diddy made her carry his guns in her purse as well. Okay. And J-Lo is the one whom I believe got Diddy started doing the voodoo because she allegedly does voodoo and Santeria. And like I said, her ex-husband, her first husband, said that also. So I think she got him in. I think she got him started into all of that. And then also, Gene Deal recently said something about Diddy doing a sacrifice of a bird, like I think it was a white dove, if I'm not mistaken. But
I see Puff reach into this case, and when he reached into this case, he came out, and you could see something white in his hand. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't know what it was at first, but he threw it up in the air, and when he threw it in the air, the came straight back down like it was a brick and said, "Pow!" on the concrete.
J-Lo's ex-husband said that she was doing that with chickens and hens. And then also, Gene said that they did a ritual. I think it was Gene, if I'm not mistaken, said that Diddy and J-Lo did a ritual before they went to court for that 1999 incident at the club. That they probably did because Gunplay, the rapper Gunplay, I don't know if you know him, but he said that's how he beat a case from doing Santeria. And he said he cut a goat.
The spiritual world is real. I cut chickens and goats. That's how I beat the case.
Make some noise for being Voodoo.
Let me jump over to Shine.
Wow.
So Shine
crazy.
was with him in the club during the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think Shine actually had what was his role? What did Shine do?
Well, Shine said that he was the fall guy, but I think that he had a weapon. I think he had a weapon. Did he fire it? I don't know. If I just go by what the victim said, she said Diddy was the one who shot her. So I don't know. Shine claims he was the fall guy.
She also said that Shine shot a gun.
Shine had to have a gun. God dang, you mean to tell me I didn't even have a gun and I did 10 years? God dang, you Shine crazier than the other dude that's in jail now that didn't get paid to do the hit.
Okay.
And Shine now Shine is trying to play like he was the fall guy, but how? You had a gun, bro, and you shot it.
No, but listen, the bottom line is, we don't want to. We definitely don't want to turn this into a funny thing, you know, because it's a real serious thing. You know that Natanya Rubin, that was my homegirl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We knew Natanya. We used to go to the studio with her, and everything was everything. Although we don't know if it was my gun, you know, that hit her with the ricochet, because it was like 4 other guns.
Did the police dust their hands for gunpowder, check them for gunpowder residue on that night?
No, not only that, the police took the gun from Shine.
And it was still hot.
When he came out the club, the police seen him and grabbed the gun out of his holster, and it was still hot. And that's the victim said that, and they got, you know, they said they got documented proof of that. You know, I mean, I went there. I'm just telling you what she said. You know what I'm saying?
Saw the gun in his waist. He shot and then stuck the gun in his waist. The cop said freeze and grabbed the gun from Shine, and the gun was still hot. Wow. This is the detectives reporting this. There's no way your gun is hot if you didn't shoot it. He was the first person out the door, and that's how they caught him.
I don't see no reason for her to be.
Man, I don't care what anybody say. There is clearly, beyond a reasonable doubt, something crazy going on. Something ain't right. All these he sage and all this stuff, man, somebody is lying and covering up something. Period. It's too many of them. It's too many cover-ups.
Lying about that. She actually provided me with recordings of Shine admitting he had a gun and fired it.
So he's not the fall guy then.
Right. He fired the gun. And now watch this. Now I understand that the victim, she looking right at them, right? And she know
right
where the gunshot come from. But Shine said in the recording that he don't know if it was his bullet that hit her or not. He said that.
No, but listen, the bottom line is, we definitely don't want to turn this into a funny thing, you know, because it's a real serious thing. You know that Natanya Rubin, that was my homegirl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We knew Natanya. We used to go to the studio with her, and everything was everything. Although we don't know if it was my gun, you know, that hit her with the ricochet, because it was like 4 other guns.
Said her name and everything, and was like, that was his friend. So I'm wondering now, so she sued Diddy and Shine owe her $500,000 and won't pay her. Now that's according to what she told me.
You don't have a right to do it, especially when you owe me over $500,000. Shine owes me $500,000. We had a settlement.
Oh wow, I didn't know she sued Shine, but I knew she sued Diddy. I didn't know she sued him as well.
Yes.
Also, somebody showed me some documentation, and shout out to everybody who forwarded me different things. In the documentation, it says LaTanya sued for $1.8 million, Puffy. So did she receive the $1.8 million? Because see, the papers would say, well, she sued for $1.8 million. Okay. But did she actually get the money? I don't even think she got the money, to be honest. I think $1 million in somebody's hand, 1.8 million is a life-changing move. And I think her life would have changed. And she's still fighting for justice also. Maybe she got the money and she fighting for justice. But I think that Puffy kind of screwed her. I need to ask her that, because I can contact her, y'all. I'm getting bigger. I can contact her.
So I know
$500,000. We had a settlement.
Oh wow, I didn't know she sued Shine, but I knew she sued Diddy. I didn't know she sued him as well.
Yeah, so I know for a fact she sued Diddy, because I looked it up before we even spoke. I seen the court papers on it. So yeah, it's like, so Shine is alleged that Shine is been a whole phony. You know what I'm saying? The whole time he was involved, he shot the gun. Now he's trying to act like he was basically a victim. You know what I'm saying? He was set up or you know, the fall guy or whatever the case is. Now he got this prominent position, but I don't understand why he won't pay that girl her money.
Well, here's the thing. Back then when it all happened, I absolutely heard that Shine fired a gun also. But now it's recently when he's coming out and denying it and saying he's the fall guy. But here's the question. So Natanya Rubin, the victim, didn't she say that she still has the bullet in her?
Yeah, like fragment.
And they haven't removed it?
Yeah, fragment.
A fragment. Because my thing was, they could have done ballistics testing to see which gun the bullet came from. If it in fact came from Shine or Diddy's gun.
Yeah. But I think they need a certain part of the bullet, though, right?
Probably so, yeah. And she still got the fragment in her, so.
Yeah, or they probably did. You know, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, this dude was in the club clearly with a gun. You know, they got to have video footage and all that. And on top of that,
right.
I think, and I could be wrong, but I'm 90% sure that a bullet is a bullet. You cannot tell what gun that bullet came out of until it actually leaves the barrel. When the bullet is leaving the barrel, it leaves a code, a scarring code, big, small, whatever, like a barcode around the bullet. While it's leaving the chamber, sorry y'all, while it's leaving the chamber is putting a nice scar on there. So you need the whole bullet. You need the whole bullet. Then when they get the whole bullet, they can match those scars and see what barrel it came out of. You can't do that with a fragment of it. And that's where the problem goes at. If people would just take time out and do their own investigation and start studying and learning on their own, they would know this stuff.
So.
Yeah, or they probably did. You know, I mean, you got to think about it. Like, this dude was in the club clearly with a gun. You know, they got to have video footage and all that. And on top of that, was he in the club with a, well, I guess maybe they never found a gun that hit her. Maybe they never found a gun, found Diddy's gun, because they said somebody threw a gun or something. It was just all crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
they said something about somebody threw a gun out of the car, right?
Yeah. Somebody threw a gun out the car. So ain't no telling. And Diddy was able to change clothes. Like, this dude is off the hook. You know what I'm saying? So he used his money and his connections to get away with a lot of stuff. But now I think it's coming down on him. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to do a live video with you and get more information. I know you got some more stuff and different things that we can talk about. We held back on a little bit of it, but we get the rest in the live.
Right. Okay, yeah, no problem. Now let me ask you this though. So these allegations about Diddy and these minors. What do you think about that? You think there's any fruits to that?
Yes, I believe wholeheartedly that he had minors at these parties, because that girl, I forgot her name. Was it Leah?
Allie Carter?
No, not her. I don't. Look, with that one is all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But there was a girl, and we'll talk about that later. But I would like to get her on the show though, so we can talk to her. But hit us up, twostrongpodcast@gmail.com. I don't want to argue and all that, but I just really want to talk and clarify some things, because at this point I'm a little confused. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing and it needs some clarity. That's it. But as far as the kids, there was a girl on the white underbelly, and she was I think she was a prostitute.
Oh, Tania.
Right. So she said that there were kids in there.
Like what? Little people. Okay. We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people?
There were other people that said it was kids, and they have like different pictures. And then they even had I know, and I don't know what this event was, but I'm just telling you, it's suspect. Jay-Z was walking out of a room full of kids, and Diddy was right there, like shaking hands, like they made some kind of deal.
Feeling good? Whoa, you put that thing on the whoa. So you see how we do it here on the Saturday, just to do this. You put that thing on the
That's crazy. Wow.
I don't know what it is.
Wow, dude. Wow, that's crazy. Oh my gracious. Man, and she just, and it's another look at the little table.
I don't know what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I saw that. I saw a clip of that on TikTok.
Yeah, so Diddy, we all know that Diddy is a very sick individual. But here go the problem, and I hate to say it, but I don't think they have as much evidence on him as they say they do.
No, I don't think so. And here's the thing too. Back in 2011.
Now, come on now. I don't think they have as much evidence on them as they say they do. But yet they denied him bail over and over and over again. They got something that's denying his butt bail. Believe you me, I keep trying to tell everybody, they are going to use Diddy as an example. The world wants to see somebody fall for all this trafficking and all this bull, and somebody got to fall. So the American people, especially the American people, y'all, I ain't no offense to any other countries or anything, but the people need some type of justice. That's what it is. I'm trying to tell you.
James Roseman, aka Jimmy Henchman, he was questioned by the feds, and I had documentation on that where they were asking him about Diddy and minors, males, okay, not girls, but males, and he wouldn't give them any information. Okay, so this was in 2011, so they were already looking into Diddy doing stuff back then.
Okay, but let's circle back a little bit because to the question that you asked me, because I think I answered it wrong. Absolutely, he was dealing with minors, because you got to look at it. Justin Bieber,
Usher,
just alone, and I suspect that he had something going on with that little girl that don't nobody know where she at.
Ava,
you know what I'm saying? But
Ava Baroni Combs.
Yeah. So to know that he did that with Usher, and that he did that with Bieber, and the feds questioned Bieber, by the way. Yeah, of course I believe he had multiple kids there, just like the rest of them. I think they all dealt with kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I absolutely think so. And here's the thing. That's something commonplace in Hollywood and the music industry. Okay, that's something that's commonplace. And also, Fiona Barnett is a woman who said some of these things were going on with Nicole Kidman's father, Dr. Anthony David Kidman, how they were doing certain things with kids. It's very similar to the allegations against Diddy.
You know what? I know this is kind of a little bit off the topic a little bit, but we talked about and this is an extra bonus to the video for the people. These words, certain words. Can you break down the thing about these words and then say what they mean? And yeah, let's do these. How many you got? How many you got?
I mean, how many you want? We can talk about the word pandemonium. Okay, pandemonium means chaos, confusion, right? And we know that demons, malevolent spirits, cannot reside in a peaceful environment. Anytime they come, there's always chaos and confusion and negativity and low vibrational energy. So with that all being said, if you look at the word pandemonium, it literally has the word demon in it. It also, the prefix pan, okay, that means all, everything. So that literally, the word pandemonium literally means all demons. Spell. Okay, the word spell, that's, we cast spells with words. And when children go off to school, the first thing they learn is the alphabet, and then they learn how to spell, and then they start taking spelling tests. What they're really doing is teaching the kids how to cast spells with words. And we do it every day. We do it literally every day. That when I found this out, I started changing the way I speak about certain things. For example, in the mornings, we say good morning. There's no such thing as a good morning, because morning is a sign of grieving when someone loses their life. Okay, so I say grand rising rather than saying good morning. Also, we say we're awake, or you're gonna wake up. That's something that we say in the morning. So we're literally casting spells of death on ourselves, because awake is what you do when you go to view the body of a dead person prior to the funeral. Okay, then they say you go to work, and the work that you do is called undertakings. When you die, they send you to the undertaker. Okay, they say that you earn a living wage. Okay, so when someone dies and they're cremated, they put their body in an urn. In the Bible, it says the wages of sin is death. Okay, so we work until we die, 9 times out of 10. So it's just all very nefarious how we've been taught these things and been indoctrinated to believe these things, and not being the wiser.
Now, I appreciate that. And you know what? I wanna get you set up to do a show with Merlin on his show Straight Talk. I think that you two will have a very, very interesting conversation, because based on the things that you told me, you had me thinking about that. Even like with them words, I'm like, man, okay. So yeah, I would like to set you up with Merlin, and you two do a live show on Straight Talk. So do us a favor too, and tell the audience how they can find you.
Okay, my YouTube channel is the original Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur Show, and then on TikTok, Dr. A. Shakur, and I'm also on Instagram at Dr._A. Shakur.
All right. Well, we really appreciate it, and I think I can try to get you back a little bit. We had a good time, and maybe we can get her back. Yeah, good. Because I know you got some really good. I mean, we talked about a lot of things, and I really enjoyed your conversation. Got a lot of good information. I can tell you do a lot of reading and researching. So
Yeah, I'm actually a shaman, so I'm into a lot of spirituality.
good. So good. So you and Marlon will have a good conversation. I don't really dig too deep into that.
Okay.
Like I don't know nothing about. I wrote these things down, Bacchus, and I don't know about all that stuff. And I just, I'm not really. It's just I'm not really into it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at any rate, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor and wake up before you go to sleep. Peace. We out of here.
Peace. We out of here. Too strong. Too strong. Yeah. I'm gonna strongly believe that the OJ Simpson trial. Give him a thumbs up, y'all. OJ got off. We celebrated. Some people were sad and hurt, and a lot of black people celebrated. I didn't get that deep into the whole trial and everything, but I was younger then, and I was all into music. That's it. But all the adults, my mother, aunts, and uncles, anytime I turned on the TV, this is all they was talking about was the O.J. Simpson trial. Now we're a little older, and all we talking about is the Diddy trial. And I'm noticing that the younger generation, I got a nephew that's like 35, 36. I'm sorry, nephew, you're going to get mad at me. One time I thought he was 25. He said, Uncle Mike, I'm 33. I'm like, what? Boy, you getting old too fast. But anyway, anybody around 25, I think, is not really keeping up with the Puffy trial, because we grew up with the Bad Boy and all the Total, Biggie, New Flavor in Your Ear, rest in peace to all these people. So I say all that to say that this time we're going to stay up on it. And I really think with all these things that's going on, people want to see justice. They watching. Everybody keep telling me, man, you better stop reporting that stuff because they watching you. They watching. The feds are watching. The feds ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. They watching. They checking out what people are saying. They watching. But we ain't doing nothing wrong. We just reporting. I'm going to get on up out of here. I think Diddy is going to go down. Because the people are looking for justice. And the people are looking to serve somebody as justice. And I think Diddy is their prime choice. Plus, he pissed off the wrong people. That's what I think. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.